It's hard to explain. The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe Edition. This beautiful doorway. A doorway into a new world of the unknown. A doorway to which Stanley will... I don't fucking know. Let's get into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So far
and
the
then one
differences
day,
are
something very peculiar
kind of
happened.
subtle.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Like there's a tool
Something
on
he
the
would
end.
never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instruction. Had this happened, this complete isolation, something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
G814F1 Partition Corp, providing partitions for 56 years. Alright, you stay open.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
You know what? There is no trophy. We can try to... Oh, yeah! That's true, I did find that. Shit, how do I,
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled.
We're gonna go get that
Anywhere
last
they went
figurine.
together would be perfectly... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo
I'm
lift.
so proud of myself. Oh, yeah. I've been looking for these Stanley figurines. And that's...
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I feel like I could survive those falls. If I could survive that, I could potentially... Oh, no, that I won't. No, no, oh fuck. Yeah, there's no way. I don't... The fuck is that? Blue? Oh, it's those fucking balloons? Of course it's those fucking balloons. Well...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Yes, that was the decision. Whoa! The balloons are gone. Oh man. Well,
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
oh
I would
no.
love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
No, man. Fuck. Narrator, it really took a long time. I don't... Is there other options here? Can I get by you and just kill myself? Nope. Well, there's no avoiding this. I haven't seen you in so long. Well...
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Well, this game knows how to just keep being ominous. Oh, like, I don't even want to get in there. 7 out of 6. God, that's fucking eerie. Oh, it's gone now. I can't. Oh, I'm a little too stoned for that. That kind of tripped me out.
And here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Okay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-Stan? Can you remember?
No, it had to be the boss's bathroom.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
This doesn't add up, buddy. Like, this is... I've never been in this room before, narrator. You're, This is getting real creepy. I can't believe it's still showing me new... Oh,
This
God.
was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
It's funny because...
Major 2009 energy.
Yeah, right? Oh... That's definitely the way a younger me would have made that
Takes
video.
you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
And the best part is, like, I would have assumed it was one of those 2 doors. Like, cause I didn't fucking remember. So, I would have found this, I wouldn't have walked away, but that was just funny, cause they obviously knew I wasn't gonna remember that nobody'd remember that, so here's, like, oh, cool. Don't have to worry about my choice here. Alright.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This
That's
memory
true.
is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Okay, yeah, it was. I mean, we never went to that pink room, though. That
You
was...
should try to jump off.
I did jump off... Oh. Oh, no. Oh, they've taken away my suicide option. Fantastic. Oh my god, this gets nothing but worse and worse. Okay.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's
Oh
just
my
go
lord.
backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Oh my god. Oh, this is becoming torture quick.
Okay, yes, this spot in the warehouse.
Oh,
I remember this.
Okay.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Yeah, we're just gonna powerhouse through them quick, and we're gonna see that you're not really gonna react differently, and then we're gonna like turn around for a hot minute, and I'm just gonna fucking
And
kill
here's where I
myself.
made that video. Don't you remember the video we
Don't
watched?
play the video.
Yes, I love that video.
When you speed it up like that, it's okay. I accept that. We never had been here. We've been
Still
here
don't
now.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no
Yeah.
memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yep. It's got cool textures. We hadn't seen that color before in the game. Go back to the bathroom, take a shit.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Alright, let's move on. I mean, what was over here anyways? I never did go over here. No, just darkness. Because it's not the right choice. Alright, well, let's keep powerhousing. Not a big fan of going down here in like the actual game. This loop. This loop in particular, kind of like,
Why does
I don't know,
anyone
she's
choose to
trippy.
leave it? Keep going.
But this ain't too bad. This little figurine loop.
This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh yeah, I do kind of remember this.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold
Oh,
on.
this is awesome
I
though.
remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Yeah, but I want to jump. I'm in the jump circle. Come on. No. Oh, jumps remaining 0. Fuck. I used all my jumps. Limited jumps.
Oh, yes, the 2 doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Yeah, well, I haven't forgotten this. No, yeah, back to my office. Okay.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This game is screwing with my head.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, guy. All right, I'm almost
All of
ready
his
for bed too,
co-workers
so
were
we
gone.
gotta just.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Oh.
a memo.
All right, sorry about that. Grab the bucket of reassurance. Bucket.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket.
I got a bucket for my
of
bucket. A
culture
bucket and a bucket
and
and a bucket.
distinction.
Stanley
I got a bucket
clutched
for
the
my
bucket
bucket.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what's funny? Because there's so many choices and everything. Like he's like, we'll give him one more good run.
Still no one was here.
We'll probably finish the
Stanley
run. And he'll
needed
be
the
like,
bucket's warmth and comfort
that
now
wasn't a good
more
enough
than
run.
ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket
Let's give
walked
him
upstairs
the
to
horrible
boss's
ending.
office.
Oh, is the Stanley figurine there? No.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked
Oh my
the
god,
bucket.
I've never brought
The
him
bucket
with
returned
the
his
bucket.
gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket.
Oh
It's
no,
just
it's
a
Silent
normal,
Hill PT.
everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre
Oh, no.
hallucinations Stanley
guess I
might
threw away the
experience
bucket.
without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
Oh,
he
no.
exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Where are you,
Could
bucket?
it truly be?
Where?
From room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his.
No!
None of them were his
There are
special
buckets
bucket.
everywhere.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
So is this bucket
Mariella
story
woke up on a
changed?
day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man is predetermined, and free will is an illusion, and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Ooh. Backflipped all the way to work. No, narrator.
All of his
No.
co-workers were gone.
No.
What could it mean? Stanley
You
decided to go
told
to the
me
meeting
we were
room.
done.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You told me we were done with this. No, you can take your fucking bucket and shove it right up your ass. I'm not being aliened by a bucket again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct
so
way to the meeting room,
confused.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Have you ever played this game
Perhaps he
before or
wanted to
heard
stop
anything
by
about
the
it?
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yoink.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked
Yoink.
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't go in this route very often, so I can't
I watched
quite
Marvin
remember.
Lear
Stanley
play it.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about
There's
and get even
the
further
game
off
changes
track.
every time you
So
play
now
it,
in
dude.
order
I
to get
swear
back,
to
he
God,
needed to
it's
go
so endless. Oh,
no.
no.
From here, it's left. Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Well, I've seen. Okay, no, there is a garage over there, so he had a way in.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Nope.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Fucking, you know what? Fuck this guy.
All of his co-workers
I'm
were
going
gone.
right back for
What
it.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You on board with me, guy? Fuck the narrator.
When Stanley... Wait,
oh.
what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did
No.
something change?
Oh,
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a
Yeah,
minute
fuck the
ago.
narrator.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
It's just a maze. Beautiful. Beautiful painting. Yes. Lovely. I don't know if I feel like going Maybe
I'll
probably
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game
No,
again?
no, 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 no,
Well, I
no.
find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, you fucking guy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. Yeah, sure. Who farted? It won't even let me click 4:30. It's like, You've got a story thread going. That's one thing I've noticed about this game. It does, once you've started like a story thread, it kind of locks you into it. And then if I were to go to begin again, then it would kind of reset everything. And the guy made a joke about in the extra DLC about calling this game the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, we'll do. It's just... Whoa, cool. What does that say? I got an 82-inch TV. I can get close enough to read that. Sales in this quarter. They're low. Well, projections are really low. They drew a monster saying no. This does not make sequel. Even though I'm playing the sequel. The Stanley Parable 2. Finest game in all of land. Yeah, we'll just shut down the computers, make sure we're good, and go back to our office.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Yeah,
No,
story.
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Jeez.
Now well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Oh,
You
dude!
put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Nice.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what
My theory is that this is Stanley's personal hell.
All right, I've got a solution. This
Oh,
time, to make sure we don't
I
get
agree
lost,
with that, buddy.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
No, not the line.
Ah, son of a beach. We got no choice. Line it is. Not gonna let me shut it down? You won't even let me play? Ignorant.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, let's go down the line. Man, this music is so loud. I guess I'm gonna get the music, so I'll just finish it. And this is super kind of annoying, so we're gonna go for it. Full send. No Stanley, little collectibles.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
Okay.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
This
sure
fern.
you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss it.
Nope, that was a video. Okay. Screenshot.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Okay, no. Yeah, the adventure line's clearly got wacky and all on its own path. It's true.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No. Oh, no.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Nothing.
intelligent people, right?
Yes.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Haven't been in there yet.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be
The
anything.
narrator could be some kind of bored god.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I stopped at like the perfect place. Look at that. This is clearly terrible. Oh, did you see that though? Yeah, look. It looks like that's... Maybe it's just the way he looks. But it looks like it's on... Yeah, that's just the way it looks. It's strange. Geometry gets fucky. Oh, what? That's neat. Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, did just bust into the ceiling. Oh, okay, perfect.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Completely.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
What?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Man,
My
this
mind
is a
goes-
mind
Has
fuck.
completely lost his mind.
This thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Oh, look at that. We got a choice, I
Okay.
guess.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Well, there's weird sounds.